Well, guess what? I'm on Positivity Man Bob, 0 subscribers. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to vlog on this channel to talk a little bit about the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, which is the most powerful steps of any modality known to man. And it is developed by the early first 100 AA members with Dr. Bob and Bill Wilson. I got involved in the 12 steps and liked it a whole lot. I've kind of walked away from it. I've walked away from a lot of things because I'm getting old, and old age isn't setting in very well. Now, let me tell you a little bit about it. When I first got involved in Alcoholics Anonymous, I basically knew nothing about it. You know, my life was shit, and it was. Of course, it became shit again when I got married to my crazy wife, ex-wife. But the thing about it is, when I got into the program of AA, I tell everybody, they go, it's not working for me. I got me a sponsor and I just don't like them. Let me explain something. The best way to stay sober, the best way to get as much out of anything that has to do with spirituality is service work. Doing service work. Yeah. I had a good sponsor that told me that, and I thought about it, and I said, I would go there early to the meeting and say, can I set up the chairs? Can I do this? Can I do that? I made coffee. I also made punch. You know, set out food for them, stuff like that. Set up brochures and on the tables. You know, I would get involved. See, that's what I tell Christians. Shut up about your nonsense of shoving your religion down other people's throats. Why don't you shove it down your own throat and do some service work for the church? Going out and helping elderly people and listening to them. They have stories to tell. And they're still alive and their hearts are still beating. And they're looking for people just like you. Now, I will say that a lot of Christians do really, like I said, Nourish Up it floors me. It really does. I mean, this lady, it was the first time, her first day, and she came up and gave it to me. I told her, bless you. Bless you. Now, guys, like I said, in the 12-step fellowship, I learned a lot about spirituality. I learned how to be able to live my life differently. You know, you're basically telling yourself that you're powerless. And in essence, you really are. And if you think you have a lot of power, prove it. Well, I got a gun. I can shoot you, buddy. That's not power. That's you being a little kid. My whole point is this. When you look at yourself in the mirror and you know there's a power greater than you, is when you begin to believe. And it's not always Christianity, it's not always Jesus. It's just a belief that there's something greater than you. In a lecture, I used to always say that inmates are awful at the fact that they don't believe none of that crap. So I told them, I said, I'm sorry, guys, I'm trying hard. I said to them, I said, I want you to do this. I want you, if you feel all powerful, what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes and imagine something. You're in the middle of an ocean in a rowboat with a row. And the waves are going up and down, and you're going, I want you to look, and you will not see any land anywhere. Just water is all you're going to see. How much power do you have right now? All of a sudden, these guys started going, damn, he's right. Yeah, I'm right. I can't stand outside while it's raining and go, stop rain, don't rain anymore. I can't. I'm an energy person. I always was, even in Christianity. I believe in energy, positive flowing energy, full of love. That's what I believe in. And it's working for me. But loving, caring, compassion, that's what you need to do. You think about the fact that in spirituality and believing in something greater than you are means that you're not all that. And that's what the program kept trying to tell me. I'm not all that. I'm really not. I'm just part of the human race, just like you. And being a part of the human race is my responsibility, hopefully, if I can get myself health-wise back out. I want to be a peer specialist. Now, it's slow getting a scholarship for that. And, I want to be a peer specialist. I'm going to do it for free. And what I'm going to tell them, I'm going to charge you $20, okay, per session. That's 1 hour, $20. I don't take the money. You give it to this charity. And I'll pick a charity I feel like that I need to give those $20 to. Because I don't need the money, I don't want the money, but I have this yearning to help people, I know I've touched on a lot of things. When I hear music, I hear energy, a lot of energy. And it's just beautiful energy. It just flows into my ears, into my brain, my whole body, and I just absolutely just get into it so deeply. Now, guys, like I said, I hope I make it past 76. That's my fear right now. And, Positively Man Bob is a channel to basically help you change the type of person you are right now. Yeah. In other words, if you're arguing with your spouse all the time, is that love or is that hate? You see, I always talk about my grandpa Henry and grandma Oni, an amazing couple. They met when she was 15, he was 16. They got married, stayed married all the way up to their death. She played her role as the female in the family. She cleaned up, did laundry. She took care of 8 kids. Okay. Henry was the man of the family, the masculine man of the family. It was heavily rooted in Christianity. Heavily rooted in Christianity. And I got to end this vlog, but the whole thing is that they stayed married a long time. What has happened now is that, and I've said it before, and I mean this wholeheartedly, in any relationship between female to female, male to male, or male to female, is clearly you got to have a dominant and a submissive. Always, 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 always. So I end this vlog, and I don't know what I'm going to eat, but I got a feeling I'm going to get a surprise in a minute. Peace, guys.